Hey YouTube, so obviously Aegislash is everywhere and it's broken and Action showed why it's broken and why it's screwed up. Apparently Niantic or Scopely, whatever who's in charge now, has fixed it. But that's not going to stop me from hunting it. So I put in a very easy balanced team hunting this Pokemon. I went 8-2 and I did not see it once. So this team still has play because it's just a very straightforward balanced team. Gastrodon, Furret, Talonflame. Gastrodon only weak to grass. Talonflame will beat the grass. Furret is your safe swap. Pretty straightforward. I did have problems with some Pokemon. What was the Pokemon? Galarian Moltres. Because Galarian Moltres, Talonflame's like neutral, but Sucker Punch resisted, and then Mudslap resisted is tough for the Galarian Moltres. And I saw it on the lead once. So outside of that, 8-2, 2693 elo here. I didn't play much last week after a few days of the limited cup there. So Ace Handslash with Charm. They make a catch out of the Body Slam on Drifblim, but going to absolutely punish Drifblim with the Furret. Furret is, I think, a fantastic save swap right now. It's so strong in this meta. So get the full farm down. I have a ton of energy coming out. So they will, I guess, come back in with their, Ninetales. Looks like we CMP. So they get the Weather Ball, Ice Shield. I get the Swift. And I'm still loaded with energy. So here comes the first Swift. Here comes the second. I have to throw because Sucker Punch is resisted on the Fairy. So here comes the second. Does take them out. What's in the back? A Sableye. Let's boost this attack. And Shadow Claw is double resisted on the normal typing, and they are, I don't know what saving their shields for, but they are trying for a very aggressive farm down, and that's not going to have a good time here. They do finally use a shield, but the damage is done. Double resisted Shadow Claws take this to deep red. This is essentially a sacrifice, and then Talonflame with shield will just incinerate this down. So one foul play lands, that's fine. Goodbye. And goodbye, Sableye. Venomoth. Okay, so oh boy. So I save swap because Venomoth, I was like, flying, it's a flying Pokemon, ground is going to be resisted. It's a ground bug. Now, sorry, it's a poison bug. So I would have actually had neutral Mudslaps because poison would take super effective and bug would have resisted, so I would have neutralized it in the ending. But I didn't notice the typing. So I just instant swapped to Furret. Had I known, I would have probably played it out. Greninja is also kind of tough because Sucker Punch is resisted and Talonflame is fire. So gotta come in Gastrodon. Unfortunately, they do get the double attack boost here, which is never a situation you want to be in. So if they get two moves off here, and I'm gonna have to just double shield because I do not want to take a double, like a 2 times boosted Hydro Cannon there from a Greninja. But I just burned 2 shields. What's in the back? It is a Diggersby, which gives me a chance. Scorching Sands and Fire Punch are both resisted. So I do grab 1 shield immediately with the Fire Punch. Scorching Sands is just single resisted. Double resisted on the flying, but super effective on the fire. And they lower my attack. And then they catch on the Venomoth, which I don't know if this had energy left. I clearly had no idea what the Pokemon's moves are. I didn't even know it's typing. They do get to a Scorching Sand, not enough to take me out. I'm coming in here. I'm at an Earth Power. Going to bait. I don't know why I baited in the moment. I just felt like if you watch this channel for a while, you know I say never bait. Grab that shield or take it out. I guess it's because it's their last Pokemon, then they were already in the yellow, that I felt like even if they let that go, they're basically Mudslap Body Slam range from that point on. So I felt like it was just an easy bait there. I think that was my logic when I did it. But here is your Galarian Moltres. And so I come straight Talonflame and get met with a Feraligatr. So now I'm just going to get outpaced because it's only 10 to the Hydro. And unfortunately for the first fly, it's 15 and then 10 afterwards. So basically what I'm going to try and do here is grab 2 shields, burn both of my shields, and then swap to keep this thing alive. So here comes my second shield. I'll go 1 more Incinerate and then Fly. either to grab their second shield or take them out. And I do grab their second shield, but by that point my switch timer is done, so I'm going to get out of there. They do bank another Hydro on the Feraligatr. Back into the Moltres, which is okay. I almost want to see it here, but as you're going to see, because Sucker Punch is resisted and doing no damage, they essentially just get to 2 Brave Birds here. So they're at 100 energy. 1 Brave Bird will take me out here, and then they basically have a Brave Bird for Gastrodon to take it out. I was trying for the aggressive Mud Slap down. I was hoping they didn't have enough to get to a second. You know, had I known they would have got to another Brave Bird, I think Marowak in the back, so doesn't matter when I'm down a shield and no Pokemon left. You know, had I known that, I maybe try to... Actually, they don't have a shield, but doesn't matter. I maybe tried to just come Talonflame and sacrifice Talonflame and then try and sweep the Gastrodon, but they have a Hydro and then Marowak would have beat me anyway, so it was sort of a loss no matter what. Greninja, straight Hydro Cannon. I was hoping that I could just Mud Slap down, shield once, let 1 Hydro land, and then Mud Slap down. But then as I was here, I was like, it's going to take 2 more, and I don't know if they're at... If it takes 1 more Water Shuriken to get to a Hydro, because this thing charges so fast. So I just threw the Body Slam to take it out. I had to burn a shield, and I'm down 1. But it is a Scizor in the back, so this is huge. This is neutral. Do grab a shield. Will chip too. Not that I need much chip when I have a double super effective Incinerate coming through. Just to have them switch out into a Corsola onto my Furret. So really nice balance. Not only does like Gastrodon and Talonflame balance each other out, Furret is only weak to Fighter, and having Talonflame as a flyer is a nice answer there too. So it just seems like a lot of time they were able to like cover each other's weaknesses. Not that Scizor and Corsola are any sort of fighter combo here, but do manage to get the alignment that I want on this one. Get the Swift off. 1 Incinerate will take out here. 1 Incinerate would have taken out from half health. So Talonflame. I've went against a couple of Talonflames, so I played them different both times. This one I came in here and tried to CMP, but they ended up catching on a Clodsire and going out with energy. So that's kind of tough. I think the second time I actually just stay in, because Incinerate is resisted too, and Mud Slap and Earth Power are just single resisted, so you're gonna lose, but you can kind of chip it a bunch. But this one I went into Furret. They eventually caught on a Clodsire. Clodsire is very tanky, so just taking these moves with ease right now. Here comes the Swift. Not enough to take out, but they're going to probably have to throw here, else I'm going to take them out. Fighting for Switch isn't going to do much for me, so no point of burning a shield. I'm just going to come in with Talonflame and just get a little bit of energy back here. So here comes their Talonflame. I do get the full Incinerate through, so that is great. And now who's going to win CMP? I have a 4 attack, so looks like I do pretty okay here getting CMP on this one. I'm going to burn the shield, obviously, and then get to the next fly. I expect them to shield, but then I'll have to like instant swap, because I know they're going to be at like a move, maybe a move and a half. So I know I'm going to just have to instant swap blindly here. And they're probably at a Brave Bird. I'll have to shield anything. And they actually do throw a Brave Bird. And you may be thinking, why are they throwing a Brave Bird? And the reason is because they have their own Furret in the back with a Trailblaze, which is double super effective. So I'm going to get 1 shot here and go down. So I was 3-2 in the first set here, just to go 5-0 in the second set, as you're going to see, and go 8-2 for 26.93. So go down there. Okay, Pidgeot. Again, terrible lead. A lot of flyer leads. So we'll instant swap to Furret. They're still in, so we are going to throw the Swift. We're going to do some chip. We're going to burn that switch clock a little bit. And they finally get out into Credilli. So this is all right. And I think I think this Credilli was like scared that I still may have like Brick Break or something, because it shields up the first move, which is fine, or just wants to get off the Rock Tomb. That's also an option here. Oh yeah, I remember this one. So Stone Edge, or sorry, Rock Tomb, double super effective on the flying. Grass Knot, double super effective on the Gastrodon. So you're kind of screwed either way. So I came in with Mud Slap. Mud Slap is neutral, and more importantly, I resist the acid. So I thought it was just coming in here. Now, I thought I could Mud Slap down before they got to another move, because acid is more slower than Bullet Seed, but I wasn't counting. So they get to another move, which means I have to burn the shield in case it's another Grass Knot, but this time they bait me. So that's unfortunate. I do have a ton of energy, though. We'll see what they come in with. Pidgeot. I am close to 2 Body Slams, so let's see if they want to burn a shield here. And they do want, I believe they do burn a shield. And then I like Instant Swap. And then I Instant Swap thinking that like maybe this has play in the back. And they Instant Swap as well. So this is very easy scenario to play this out. You can stack a Fly and a Brave Bird if you get to 100 energy here. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get to 100 energy. We'll go Brave Bird first. It doesn't really matter which one you throw first, but going to throw the Brave Bird first, followed by the Fly, which I have. So you stack those. They're going to have to throw a move, or an Incinerate's going to take them out. So they do throw the move right away, dumping some energy. Gust Pidgeot is a little slower on the charge, so I am able to Mud Slap down there for the win. Talonflame. Again, another tough one. Lots of flyers. Lots of flyers. So I'm just going to stay in this one this time. Get to the Earth Power. It is single resisted. And they do commit the shield. So I think job is done for Gastrodon. So here comes a Brave Bird. Okay. They're probably going to Instant Swap. And they do into Diggersby. So I will go Talonflame again. Lots of Diggersbys out here. I guess it has Fire Punch and Scorching Sands with it, which would both be super effective for the new Pokemon. So gonna shield up a potential Scorching Sands because they are adding up. And not counting again, these Incinerates are so long. They do get to another move, almost take me out, so I almost screw up royally here. I do have back-to-back Flies here, so I will throw basically Blind here. So they got one shield. Actually, I didn't get a shield. So this does land if I remember. I still have a shield, and out comes the Talonflame. And what we're eventually going to see here is a race. They end up shielding, which means I'm going to have to shield here. And they do go Brave Bird, but I'm worried that they're close to a move, so I'm throwing right away because I'm just worried that they're going to get to a move. And now it's a race between the Trailblaze and the Earth Power. Body Slam's not going to be enough. And this Furret is so freaking good in this meta. I hate using generally normal typings. Like if you've been around on this channel for a while, actually, that's not true. I loved using Lickitung. Another terrible Talonflame lead, which I guess we'll just play this out again. I loved playing with Lickitung as a safe swap. I hated playing with Vigoroth as a safe in like even limited cups when Vigoroth was good. I hated playing with Vigoroth, and I did not like playing with Dunsparce either. But I do think Furret is very, very strong in this meta. So I will play with it probably more often than not. Like there's a couple Pokemon that I just think are very strong in this meta right now. Furret, Scizor, Dedenne. I think those are all buffed Pokemon or Pokemon that are just super strong right now. So I'll probably lean on them to run a bit here. So Drapion has Sludge Bomb, which is kind of interesting. You don't really see many Drapions with Sludge Bomb, and they let it go. So now it is a Morpeko in the back, which is tough for Talonflame. But as you can see right there, terrible timing by my opponent, leading to a full Incinerate, which is huge because that incinerate registering does so much damage. And now that incinerate goes through 2, which means they're basically going to be taken out here. And I do go back to back. So they have 2 shields. I know they have 2 shields. I was just worried that I couldn't incinerate down, but I definitely should have tested that because I end up fast moving down anyways. So do get 2 shields, and then I try and come and sucker punch down, and I do sucker punch down. So I think I should have just incinerated as much because they're not going to incinerate me down. I had more health than them. Okay, Scizor lead into Dusclops, so this is fantastic. This is a pretty good alignment, and then if I win this, I'll get Talonflame on it too. But if I remember this one, my opponent gives switch up again and goes back into the Scizor, even though they're so low here, if I remember. So here comes the next Ice Punch. They have like 1 HP left. I think maybe they thought they were like gonna get taken out here. Like they did get taken out, or they're trying to snipe. I don't know what they're doing. But what they're doing is taking double super effective Incinerates, and 2 of them take out Scizor. They have 1 HP left on their Dusclops. They have 2 shields. And it is an Azumarill in the back. So I am loaded with the back-to-back moves here. Brave Bird, Fly. Gonna go Fly the first time here. They shield. I'll go Brave Bird. I've already grabbed 1. Let's just grab the second one. And they eventually try to, like, I don't know, catch or something, but I've already dumped 2, so I don't know what they're doing. Anyways, last matchup here, great lead. This was just like a hard counter for a 5-0. Well, it's not hard counter because here comes Furret. So I don't have a good answer for Furret. Maybe I could have come, like, it doesn't really matter. Sucker Punch Swift is neutral on everything here. So I thought that if I chipped with Mud Slap enough, I could just come and out Sucker Punch and Swift. But apparently the Mud Slaps that I did just equal up to what they got 2 off on a Swift here. So this matchup turns out to be ugly. I have to burn 2 shields. I did grab 1 shield here, and then I think they let this go. But then I think they showed Scizor in the back here. Yeah. So I will chip here, align the Talonflame, align the Gastrodon on the Stunfisk. Basically a top left, because they burn a shield here too, which is fantastic. So they eventually get into Stunfisk, but just have a hard answer. There's a 5-0. 28.93. Nope, 26.93. I'm not playing enough to be at 28.93 yet. So 26.93 with a team that is hunting Anti-Aegislash, hunting the new broken, maybe not broken Pokemon anymore. What a disaster rollout. What an expected disaster rollout. Like, did we expect anything less? Even in my second video yesterday, when I talked about, like, at the end of it, talking about, like, how are they going to do this with the difference in levels and stuff? Not surprising that they screwed this up. And I think I even went into the whole, even in that second video, I talked about how, like, they don't care about GBL. So it's not surprising that this rollout for GBL is a disaster. Anyways. So if you want to hunt it, this team works. And if you don't see them, it's still managed. It's still a balanced team with strong Pokemon that can still play in the Open Great League. So best of both worlds, I think. Anyways, with that, you're going to see a video that I shot like a week ago, which you're going to see this afternoon. It's a double fire team. Editing like my legend team from last season that I shot a week ago. So when you see me with hair, it's just because I shot it a week ago. So there's that this afternoon. A couple of viewers submitted on Thursday, and then we'll get into more of my team / your teams on Friday and through the weekend. I don't think there's any events until like Monday, like major events that I need to cover. I think this weekend is just like a bunch of, like the Dynamax raids and stuff. yeah, there's like a Gigantamax. Eventually, there's like a adventure week and stuff, but I think that's for the next Tuesday. Yeah, July 22nd again. They seem to be very consistent on their schedule now. With these 5-day events from Tuesday through Sunday. And Adventure Week is next week. So Tuesday through Sunday, Adventure Week. So I'll cover that on Monday. And then cover any sort of other big ones that are coming out here. But otherwise, yeah. Latios and Latias make their Dynamax debut. There's already Gigantamax Lapras. I've done a couple, but not like I haven't gone out on any of these days, Gigantamax days or Dynamax days. I haven't gone out on any of these. I've just like happened to be, I think it was at the Global Go Fest. I did one because there was like 40 of us there and they were doing them in between like the main raids on the day. So I think I did like a couple there, but outside of that, I don't actively go to these. If you do, I know they're popular. I know a lot of people in my local community do. There's a big event, the Max Finale, 23rd and 24th with a new, I guess I got to book that weekend off. Oh, that's the weekend I'm in Hamilton. I'm driving back on the Saturday. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Anyways, that's enough thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.